We're at the stage of putting on the texture, is that right?
That's it. It's called skip trowel.
Skip trowel?
Don't try this at home.
Just call Paul. So the trick is to hold it flat. How do you do that without getting your knuckles into the...
Well, you can't hold it completely flat. Too much like that, so it's the flatter the better.
The flatter the better. Very soft-spoken. The critters that will be hanging out behind the stove will be impressed with this texturing. It's fun, the comments you get on YouTube. A lot of people have a lot of time.
Well, and it's also very anonymous.
You know, you have an advantage.
I do.
In height. No stool needed here. Well, you can really see the texturing now that it's still damp against the other layers of mud. Yeah, I'm gonna probably need more than a gallon of primer.
This stuff, it soaks it up too. They used to call it art.
Oh, it is art. It's art. There goes another half gallon of paint.
For 55 days, I would donate blood and they would use it as a standard.
We're all done with the texturing, I think, huh?
Right.
Well, it looks really good. Once I get it painted, it should blend in with the original. The textured walls have dried now for more than 24 hours. Now we can prime the walls before painting. Sky insists on being near us, so we just have to watch our step. Even though the cabinets go here, we're gonna put primer on where all the texture is.
Okay, thank you.
Replacing the switches and outlets. We need not worry about them much.
So the pink dots are not touching, they're drying.
Yeah, they're fairly deep. That's the spackle I put in there. I covered up some screw holes that may or may not be a problem. I thought while they're exposed, cover them up. All that door edging will be coming off. Boy, at different angles you can see what you're doing a lot better, huh? Two different colors here. Notice that? The older one that was covered up was more of a lemon.
How close to the floor do I need to go? Is that good enough?
You'll be behind the cabinet for the most part, so mainly cover up the texturing and the new wall board.
Yeah.
That's to seal it.
We're priming the whole wall, right?
All the area that there'll be kitchen cabinets. Wherever we put primer, we'll be putting the finish paint tomorrow.
We don't have anything over this window, so I hope it's okay.
We got all the walls primed, and next I need to paint parts of the ceiling that will now be exposed. So I went to Sherwin-Williams and got them to mix me up a close match to the existing ceiling paint. Matching ceiling paint is not easy to do.
Gotta use the brush first to get the edges.
Then I'll use a roller. I used another paint yesterday at this corner, and as you can see, it does not match. This is a much closer match. The ceiling has heavy texture on it, so I'm going to use a 3/4 inch nap. Maybe I can do the whole thing with the small roller. Yeah, 3/4 inch nap seems to work pretty good. Feather it to blend in. those deep pits don't receive paint. I don't know, it looks a little peachy compared to the original paint. Oh no, that's where I retouched. Okay.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
If it's not a perfect match, we'll just tell people, don't look at the ceiling. Pretty tough to keep a straight line here. I'll have to clean that up. Well, that looks a lot better than it did. After the ceiling paint had dried more than 24 hours, I can see a difference in the color. The difference in the color of the two paints depends on where you're standing in the room and the light that's coming through the windows or reflecting off the walls. But it is definitely a little bit warmer in color. Diane and I painted all of the walls that were primed with a single coat of Duration interior paint. I'm going to use a small roller with 1/2 inch nap to apply paint to the section that I repaired and primed. Just need to have it lower than what the molding will be. I'm going to do a second coat where the cabinets overlap the walls, just to make sure that the paint looks good. The paint matches the same color as the entire house. This makes it a lot easier when you repaint. Just use the same color formula. Get down to at least the height of the range. This molding will probably be removed when we replace the door, but make it look good for now. Applying a second coat above and around the window as well, because it will be exposed. Just about finished up with where the paint overlaps the cabinets for the second coat. Nice thing about the textured wall, it's very forgiving. Just want to make sure it's feathered here, so if there's any variation in color or stroke, it will blend in. Alright, we're finished with the painting and ready for the cabinets. Can't wait.